Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff and today we're checking out the Air Jordan 1 Low in the pine green colorway. The pine green Air Jordan 1 Low is a pretty sweet colorway that's about as hyped as the gym red Jordan 1 Lows that I checked out a couple of weeks ago. That means that these have just enough hype behind them that they're respected colorways, but they're not hyped enough, so you might still manage to find these around, sitting around at a store or even with a reseller at not too much higher than the retail price. These retail at about $90 in the US and they're pretty sweet. I actually saw them pop up on JD Sports Malaysia and I totally jumped on this pair. Coming to the shoe itself and starting with the upper, it's made out of a combination of that pine green and white color schemes. With this white leather on the toe box area with the usual perforations. You'll notice that textured leather here has these tiny little crinkles, but also has a shiny finish to them. This kind of looks like pattern leather, but it's just regular synthetic leather used here. As we've seen with other Jordan 1 Lows lately, the synthetic leather here isn't as soft as on some of the Jordan 1 Highs and feels a little stiff and rigid. This of course means that these are probably going to crease up pretty bad the more you wear the shoe. Wrapping the toe box is this panel made out of a ripstop nylon material in the pine green color, and just like the white leather, this also feels just as rigid. Moving upwards, the pine green ripstop nylon material extends upwards towards the eyelets and the collar of the shoe. It's a pretty regular lacing system here with flat laces, which is the only pair of laces that you get. Unlike the Highs, with the Lows you don't generally get a second pair of laces. Underneath the laces you'll find a padded nylon tongue with a tiny green nylon lace stay having the number 23 embroidered onto it in black. Apart from that, there's a black Jumpman logo stitched into the top of the tongue. And then coming to the inside of the shoe, it's a pine green sock liner with the usual Jordan brand insoles. The insoles are also in black with the Jumpman logo towards the heel. Moving on, the medial and the lateral sides of the shoe are mostly the same, with the center panel made up of that same shiny white leather once again, which is nicely contrasted with this black Nike swoosh. Coming to the back of the shoe, it's mostly all in that pine green ripstop nylon with the Air Jordan Wings logo embroidered in black at the back of the heel. And then just like most pairs of Jordan 1s, that entire upper sits on top of this white midsole. Of course, you probably already know this, but within this midsole is a tiny Nike Air unit underneath the heel that isn't externally visible but definitely helps with the midsole comfort when you're wearing these around. Below that you have the pine green outsole, which is in the usual Jordan 1 outsole pattern with this circular traction pattern towards the forefoot and the Nike swoosh branding in the center. That's about it for design. Moving on to comfort and fit. The Air Jordan 1 Low tends to fit true to size. If you have wide feet like I do, you might want to go up half a size if possible, because that synthetic leather that they used here isn't really the softest, like at all, so it might be a little snug if you have wide feet. In terms of comfort, honestly, it kind of feels like every other pair of Jordan 1s, which means it's a rather stiff, flat kind of feeling underfoot, since there's really not too much going on from a cushioning point of view. But to its credit, it is a very stable, durable shoe. So if you really want a stylish pair of everyday sneakers and you're okay with how the Jordan 1s feel underfoot, well, here you go. Alright guys, with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at the Air Jordan 1 Lows in the pine green colorway on feet. I feel like I've been loving the Jordan 1 Lows even more than the Highs lately. I already have the gym reds, but I still bought this just because of the colorway, and I'm actually really happy with the shoe. The Jordan 1 Lows are really for folks like me who want a more minimalistic aesthetic, and they don't really have too much hype around them, so you might still be able to find these in stores. Even with resellers, these aren't going at crazy prices, so they're totally worth the cop in my opinion. Of course, the only negative point here is that the combination of the synthetic leather and ripstop nylon is quite hard, so it's not really the most comfortable shoes out there, but considering the price of these shoes, it's not really a huge surprise, though it will take a bit longer to break in the leather on these shoes. Alright guys, so that's what I think about the Air Jordan 1 Lows in the pine green colorway. I'd love to know what you guys think about this shoe. Do you think the Jordan 1 Lows are the low-key hype sneakers, or are we all sticking to the highs only? Let me know right in the comment section below. And hey, if you're into sneaker photos and you want to see more photos of these shoes, don't forget to hit me up and give me a follow on Instagram at ClintonJeff. And hey, if this video was helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe because that would be appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.